I'm in aisle 9 right now because I want to show you something that I think needs to be talked about and explained because a lot of people ask me about that, and that is oils. Oils, fats, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. What's the difference between those? Why are they in glass or plastic? Why are the olive oil bottles green? First off, let's talk about this extra virgin olive oil. Why is it called extra virgin? No, it has nothing to do with your high school prom date. It's basically, it means it's the least fucked with fat. This stuff, it's gone through a cold press and it's gone through less refinement. So it's a better product. The more you heat this stuff up, the worse it becomes, the less nutrients it's gonna have. And also, this has a very low smoke point. You do not wanna cook with this. If you're going to, it's gonna be very, very light heat cooking. You wanna use it for dressings, finishing, stuff like that. Look, this is a plastic bottle. The stuff could like leach into the oils and affect the flavor, and also it's very light and see-through. Let's talk about why the bottles are green. So for one, they have to be like a nice dark color because the oil, it's sensitive to light. What can happen is it becomes rancid, it could lose its pungency, its nutrients, stuff like that. So it's usually kept in somewhere dark and also in a dark bottle. Now the plastic, on the other hand, could be bad as well because of, we all know about microplastics and stuff like that, that could affect the product also. I tend to look for something like a tin because there's no light getting in this tin and it's just the best product if I want to just refill my bottles. Next best thing is definitely going to be something like a glass bottle that's nice and dark. That's also like my main go-to. Now this one I've never used before, but it's very hot with the influencers right now, Graza. And it looks like they're doing a really good job of explaining things. Like right here it says sizzle, and right here it says drizzle. So this is a company that's doing really good on explaining how to use their oil. So that's really cool. Now the thing is, these are plastic bottles, so I don't know if these are like gonna seep into the oil. I don't know if maybe they have some sort of special coating in there. Who knows? It's a fancy looking company, so knowing them, they probably do. And as you can see, it's not see-through, so definitely not gonna go rancid in that. So that's pretty cool. Companies like that, I would look for stuff like that as well. Why would you use olive oil versus extra virgin olive oil when I just said that extra virgin is much better? Well, a reason that you would use olive oil is for cooking. So olive oil, this stuff is more refined. It has a higher smoke point, about 465 degrees Fahrenheit. I just want to say though, I don't cook with olive oil because it just tastes really bad to me. It's too strong. So I'm not going to go with cooking for this. But if I had to, this is what I would cook with. I would not obviously cook with extra virgin olive oil because it's just gonna burn and it's gonna be a horrible taste. Okay, now moving on to the spray oils. So they do have olive oil sprays, but this is something that you really need to watch out for when it comes to sprays. This is why I rarely use sprays for cooking, only like baking and stuff. So this says olive oil, right? If we look closely at the label here, it says extra virgin olive oil, soy lecithin, also contains soy, may contain peanut, walnut, all that stuff. I don't want that in my oil. Same thing for stuff like this. Same thing here. It has all that stuff in the back. Now, all these guys, I'm sure you're familiar with. I used to cook with so much canola oil, so much peanut oil, but I don't really do that anymore just because it's so bad for you. It's basically motor oil. So any of this stuff, I'm just not gonna touch anymore. I will not use this stuff. Maybe for deep frying, but even then I try to not deep fry with it, even though it's the cheapest option. I just won't do it. If I'm going to deep fry, I'll use something like peanut oil for deep frying. It's my most preferred. If not, I'm gonna use beef tallow. Another good healthy option for deep frying would probably be avocado oil. Just be mindful the smoke point is not that high, but it still can get the job done. I do like avocado oil for cooking. It's also healthier for you as well. These guys, coconut oils, you usually see them in the jar. I love using these for cooking. These are actually good in monounsaturated fat, MCT oil. These are good for you. To an extent, right? It's still fat. It still can raise your cholesterol and stuff like that, but it's better for you in the long run as opposed to a canola oil. But this one you can use for cooking. Keep in mind though, it has a very strong coconutty taste, which is fine if you like coconut. If not, then it might not be for you, but this one's good if you want to replace it for something like a lard whatever. But coconut oil, it's another good choice. This is ghee. You can just make this yourself, to be honest. If not, they sell it in jars, but it's really simple to make it yourself at home. And I've done videos on that in the past. I could do another one if you want. Just comment down below on that and I'll do it. But I prefer this and beef tallow. But beef tallow is my top favorite. I love using that lately. It's great for cooking everything. Okay, now on to something called grapeseed. This is something we would use in the restaurants a lot as well. Mainly, grapeseed has a high smoke point as well, so you can use this guy for any like high smoke point cooking. Just keep in mind with this guy though, they are high in omega-6 fatty acids, so that could promote inflammation. If you were to consume this every day or in excess, it could promote inflammation, which is not good for you. So I would not go with this for my long term, although very good for deep frying. It's better for you than a canola. As you can see, there's no beef tallow here. Some grocery stores won't have it in the oil aisle. You might have to go to the butcher and ask the butcher for it, and they'll usually have it. They'll even have duck fat and stuff like that. Okay, that was just my whole rant on the oil aisle. Let me know if you want me to come back to aisle 9 and I'll do some more fat stuff. Ask me some more questions. Hope that I answered some of your questions, and let me know if you want more videos like this. Bye.